Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars Daisy Run Tiny Wars replay. So on the right side is the green not Judy. What's her name again? Mira. We have Matemon. So on top left side, or just left side, is the red lead. We got Benchwarmer2. Your money's on bench? Well, guess we'll find out soon enough. When it comes to the COs, both these are custom COs. Lee here actually uses Gregor's artwork from the Valkyria Chronicles. He has standard boarding cost, 3 radius, 36 to 60. And when it comes to CO zone, provides all units get +10/+10, and of course gets +1 movement range if they start the turn from within the CO zone, which is pretty nice. It sounds incredibly powerful, but it's honestly just okay. And for superpower, you get Sidewinder. Simple enough. When it comes to Mira, she has 0% boarding cost, so it's absolutely free, has 6 radius, no CO's extension, 45 energy, so a pretty cheap superpower, no CO zone effects, so it's completely meant for charge generation, and of course provides 1 damage global. Nice and simple as well. Very easy charge job. And see how large it is? It's very easy. Oh, since they both also support no special music, she COs the gunboat. That is interesting. It is free. You can always delete it later, but it has good coverage. But never thought about COing the gunboat there. That's interesting. Remind me, can HQs hide naval units? Defense bonus, yes. Hideable, only ground. So the gunboat does get spotted if something gets in vision range. This map is a 3-base map, 1 airport. We got the strong side, weak side mechanic. Strong side has 2 bases. Weak side has an airport. How weak? A lot of times weak side has airports. We don't usually deploy stuff as often to the airport. And when it comes to this map, there's a good number of super plasma. A couple mountains fire behind for a bit of coverage. Decent amount of cities and forests for hiding and for defense. Comm tower's a corner, but looks like pretty securable. If you lose your comm tower, yeah, it's on the weak side, so could be threatened by the strong side. Hard to say. Lee does load himself up in this CO zone, so you can see next turn himself and this infantry unit will get +1 movement range. But we probably won't move this unit because it is capturing a property. Flare deployed on the field. I guess the capital doesn't have to shed to hide the gunboat in. Yeah, likely not. It's part of the gunboat that was on the museum that's occupying it, right? This is our gunboat. It's on display. Oh, also still armed, so don't worry about that. It can only shoot naval units, so yeah, it's armed with torpedoes, just don't worry about it. Oh, both players have a flare down south. Tank, flare, and infantry. So it looks like Mira has gone for double flare. Mira's not captured a comm tower just yet, while Lee has. Does spot the bike there. You monster. Got an anti-air as well, so if the flare were to fire here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if the flare fires, or something just simply pushes forward and spots it, the anti-air will be in range, deletes the gunboat. Wasn't doing much either way. Tank, recon, and bike. Oh, the gunboat got scuttled, and now it'll sink the bottom of the HQ. The sinking of the land Titanic. Wasn't that a Futurama episode? The unsinkable laned Titanic. Got a recon and battlecopter with another recon here, and commit space skip. Seals the bike down south. Compound does get captured with no interference. Takes out the infantry unit there. In 5 energies. Units starting to push their way forward, of course, up north. When it comes to units in the field, 75 or 72, so still pretty even. Definitely stony, not so much briny. Now we got artillery up north, so we got artillery, battlecopter, and recon. Tank in the center to start putting pressure on this very same units there. Flyer gets a strike. Tank falls back to the city there. Artillery advancing. Battlecopter as well. We do have an anti-air somewhat nearby towards the battlecopter. Recon top the HQ. There are some shores in the middle map there, so Greyfield can always summon out a forward battleship or aircraft carrier, or a forward gunboat. Or a battleship to sink the cruiser or the gunboat on top of the HQ. I mean, that's sort of the job of a battleship, to sink gunboats, right? Well, infantry unit over here does have 10 energy in total versus 11 energy so far. Gets a good shot there. Lots of targets in front of Mira to get some good power generation. Bit of a standstill at the moment. Lee can easily close the gap with his own aura, but right now they're all pretty close by each other, so they don't really need to take time to close the gap. Bike, tank, and battlecopter. 22,000 versus 24,000, 12,000, or 1,000, or 120,000 versus 113. Not too much up happening up north. Artillery in defense position, very nice. Battlecopter. Tank, and infantry. Here's a 21 energy. Yep. That could be quite nice. Boost forward a rocket 1 tile. After all, we know how slow rockets are. Gotta get that closer to the HQ. Or maybe deposit right next to a mountain. Though, on another note, reminds me of Wargame Red Dragon, the Red 4 faction. Their lighters actually do have smoke rocket launchers. Nice little idea. Have your lighters have smoke rockets in order to cover their advance. Actually a pretty good concept, honestly. That would be interesting. How would they do like a smoke effect in this game? If there were ever another Advanced Wars game, they could try implement smoke launchers as a unique way, like a secondary ammo for artillery. Where it just creates maybe a small plus tiles of where it applies Fog of War. I'm not sure. Applies Fog of War and influenced by hiding. Mira's heading up north, a decent force. Looks like they'll be crashing on through. HQ's down south though. So it looks like both sides going to try to push forward their strong side. Battlecopter, medium tank, extreme infantry. I could have sworn there's probably going to be anti-tank. Terrain stars, that could make sense. Maybe terrain stars in as well in Fog War games creates hiding spots. Then that could be a simple one tile? I don't know. Infantry, flare, battlecopter. So double flares. Anti-tank and tank pushing up north. Mira's at 21 energy. Both sides are massing the forces. Adding one defense star could make HQs have 5 defense stars. I don't know if that's a good or bad idea. Anti-air tank. Leery's right now is at 18 energy. Got battlecopter artillery. Hit a strike there, and his other unit could receive tank shots. Anti-air battlecopter or anti-air recon artillery and battlecopter. Gets a good strike there. 20 energy. She can't get enough power charge this turn for a superpower. So next turn she can pull out her superpower. Goes to the column tower. Gets a good shot there on the artillery. This column tower is not being threatened, so this overaction could just push forward. Yes, forces can sweep, start engaging up north. Right now it's 185 versus 195, so it's very even at the moment. Mira starts to go for day-to-day funding. Park and tank on a 5-star terrain star with smoke and dare the enemy dare to attack the Reichstag. Then you have to send the infantry when they outnumber you 10 to 1. Yep. Tank, battlecopter, and mech. Mira does have her superpower available. Number of units close by. The push forwards infantry unit there, so you could charge up superpower this turn. Does clear up the capture up north. .44 energy. Hits the artillery. Hits the pike. He has the superpower available. And of course, has +1 radius, can help push some of these units up north as well. Next turn, he can plow his Sidewinder. Bomber bike. Infantry. Mira should pop her superpower. Does pop the superpower. 1 global damage. Leaves right now 189 versus 177. The front lines have definitely collapsed into each other, so won't take too much to get a lot of good shots off. And so the counter will be captured next turn. Down south, could start threatening the comm tower down south. Tank, tank, tank. 196 versus 166. Superpower in return. Somehow he has the good guy music as opposed to bad guy music, because after all, Gregor was a bad guy. Picks off a unit there. Strikes Mira's tank there. She does not have a unit on top of the HQ. It's the anti-air. Bomber is advancing. Does take out the anti-air. It does stop to capture the comm tower. I thought that was going to be captured. Hits the anti-tank there with the infantry sprinting its way forward. Battlecopter, tank, infantry, infantry. Hits the tank there. Hits the tank up north. Battlecopter hits tank. Tank hits tank. Tank hits tank. Tank hits anti-air. Anti-air hits tank. Blair hits tank. Anti-tank actually falls back and take a shot there. Battlecopter hits tank. Tank hits tank. Spike hits infantry that's captured the comm tower, and infantry hits Spike that's next to the comm tower. Does not see any of those units there, okay. Could see the recon next turn? Anti-air, tank, tank, or anti-air. So she may be on the CO the recon next turn. Takes out the battlecopter there. Recon hits infantry. Bomber takes out the anti-tank. Hits a mech, hits a tank. Tank hits tank. Battlecopter hits infantry and hits the bike. Battlecopter, anti-air. Artillery, infantry. Recon's the... well, seals the recon, hits the tank, hits the anti-air, hits the bomber. Hits the bomber again, flares over here, tanks goes down. 23 energy, 32 energy. She's probably going to get enough power charge for her superpower this turn. Hits the tank. Yep, she has enough for her superpower. Tank, anti-air, and tank. Instead of 158 versus 125, so she has a pretty good advantage at the moment. Lee's infantry is still alive. That's at the medium tank. It's medium tank twice. Hits the anti-air. Really straightforward. He shot there against that tank there. Battlecopter hits tank. Yep, very good counterattack. But also another good hit by Lee as well. This game will continue. The front lines have collapsed on each other. They have, with the day-to-day income, Mira has slight advantage. Nice global damage there, which will really help out. Lee's now at 33 energy, gets +1 radius. Takes out the flare. Takes the battlecopter, hits the anti-air, hits the battlecopter, hits the battlecopter. Hits the tank, and does take out the tank there. Great attack, another attack here. Counter attack, secondary attack, I don't know what to call it at this point in time. The continuation of the brawl, but looks is heavily going in favor of Mira. T-Copter Mech Tank. And Lee has resigned. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.